Before we get into the video, show your thanks to Lerone for creating this moment by supporting his community with a donation to the Alzheimer's Society and dedicated to Lerone Murphy. Make sure to subscribe to all the fighters featured in this video. Now, let's get into it.
So I think Pico, he just smothers way too much. Oh! Woo! Let's go, baby! I told you! Lerone Murphy, baby! Let's fucking go! When you smother way too much, you can't do nothing. You're smothering. If I throw a spinning back elbow, you can't do nothing. Smother way too much. Way too much.
It will get you in trouble when you commit really big on an angle and you don't have that ability to shove yourself back when you're in a spot where you want that to happen, okay? That was a mistake. Boom, I stepped up, or Pico stepped off. He went to really commit big. He got a little bit away from his break, which is his lead leg. Our lead leg stops us. Boom, he just got away from that. He thought that he was safe because he was outside the shoulder and he got hit with something spinny, which is obviously no fun.
I told my buddy today, he was like, oh man, you gotta put some respect on Aaron Pico. I was like, he's good, but he goes right to the edge of the void and he goes boom, 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 boom. Woo, shit. Stop the timer right there. Damn. Dude, like I said, man, I'm so glad I don't fight. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. Damn. Watch it right here. Boom, he's 2 in, he goes to the right side, and he's timed it perfectly. Watch this. Boom. And he also stepped to the angle with no hands, and there's no point to step to the angle because he was trapped in the cage. You're better off staying in front of your target, but see how... Boom. Yeah, dude. Damn.
I mean, that's the... Back to back. What the fuck? I was talking some shit, baby. Let it rip. They fucking ripped it. He's a good fighter, but again, the levels, Bellator, and he's got power, but the levels of fighter you're fighting. That's why I said I wanted to change my pick. I didn't change my pick because I felt like he still has the power, but I have to give him respect. Because once I saw the embedded, I knew he is that guy.
It's like a bull coming forward though, this Pico, when he doesn't stop, just walks forward. Oh, ho, ho. Lad, another one. Another spinning elbow. 2 on the bounce, mate. Heavy finish for Lerone, that lad. Heavy finish though. Can't call him boring after that. People come on, he's just landed a naughty spinning back elbow KO. He had a hammer fist for his troubles as well, where he was flat out anyway. That was naughty, that was even better than Prates' one. Perfect. Oh lad, right on the temple, and he went limp immediately. Oh lad, that was perfect, you know.
Yeah, but Pico getting a little bit too over anxious, I think, bro. He needs to chill.
Everything he tried. Oh!
Oh, an utter spinning, bro.
Sleepy!
Right when I said, bro, he over pushing. Oh my god. Wow. I cannot believe we got back-to-back spinning elbow knockouts, bro.
Oh, the last one too?
Yeah, last one, spinning, same move, bro.
For superior hydration, try LMNT electrolytes. Use code WEIGHINGIN for a free gift.
I like what Pico's doing right now. I like what Pico's doing. Oh no. You guys are probably ahead of me on this thing here. Oh, jeez. Oh, damn. Ah, shit. Hopefully it's all right, man. Damn it. Not what you want. Not what you want. Oh, damn it. Oof. That sucks. I mean, you got to give Lerone his due, though, man. Caught him coming in. Beautifully done. Yeah. Oh, shit. Ah, brutal. Damn.
Ooh, Pico just outside. Oh,
No!
shit!
Oh,
Another elbow, and it's over. His spinning elbow. He just knocked him unconscious with his spinning elbow. No! No! 2 in a row. 2 in a row.
I'm sorry, Mason.
Oh, the pressure, the pressure, the pressure.
That was crazy.
Oh no, he got knocked. That's probably one of the best knockouts, like what Prates just did, and then this just stole it.
It's better.
Look at Pico's closing the distance right here, and he just comes in. He leaned over to the side and takes it right on the temple.
And he's out before he hits the ground.
Again, the one thing you learn, right? The closer you get, the higher the hands go. But he's out there looking. Look, he drops his hands like he was going to reach for that takedown right into an elbow. Right into an elbow. Unreal.
Pode falar com tranquilidade, Thiago.
Falar do Manchester.
Nossa! Meu Deus!
Isso, velho. Fala mais velho, por favor.
Caralho, velho. Meu Deus do céu.
Fala mais velho, meu brother. Que isso? Bota o terno, meu brother. Bota o terno. Bota casaco, tira casaco. Bota casaco, tira casaco. Bota casaco, tira casaco. Bota casaco, tira casaco, meu brother. Que isso, meu irmão?
Tá louco, velho.
Que isso, velho?
Back to back, velho. Back to back.
Que isso, meu brother? O que é isso, meu irmão?
Respondeu sua pergunta agora, pô.
Por que ele é nocauteado, né?
Que isso, meu brother?
E aí a gente vê como é que o UFC trabalha, beleza? Caralho, o bicho tá morto. O bicho tá morto. Trouxe do Bellator um cara que de duas uma. Ou acabava com um maluco chato pra caramba.
Caralho, ou hypou o cara.
Ou hypava o cara, meu brother.
Iago, hyparam o cara, velho.
Denoração um gênio, velho.
Meu brother, a gente tá diante de umas estratégias mais... Iago, você tem toda a razão. A gente tá diante de umas estratégias mais bem feitas de toda a história do MMA, velho. Nunca foi visto isso aqui que aconteceu hoje. Iago, repita o que você falou com mais ênfase, meu brother.
You can speak freely, Thiago.
Look from stands, guy. Wow, my God.
What is this, man? Speak more green. Speak.
Damn, man. My God, seriously.
Speak more green, my brother. What is the East? Put on the suit, my brother. Put on the green. Put on the jacket. Take off the jacket.
Put another one.
Take off the jacket. Put on the jacket. Take off the jacket. Put on the jacket. Take off the jacket, my brother. What is this, my brother?
Oh, crazy, man. This is it, man. Back to back, man. Back to back. My brother. What is this, my brother?
Answered your question now.
What? He gets knocked out, right? And then we see how the UFC works. Okay? Damn, the guy is dead. The guy is dead.
Brought Volkanovski, man, which two things. Either it ended with an incredibly annoying guy, or
I hyped the guy. Iago, hyping is nothing, man. My brother, we are witnessing one of the most... Iago, you are absolutely right. We are witnessing one of the best executed strategies in the entire history of MMA, man. This has never been seen here. What happened today? Iago, repeat what you said with more emphasis, my brother.
Pico, なんかパンチのリーチ長そう。あー、やっピコ、ほら、やっぱまたスピニングバックエルボーだ。やっぱそのまっすぐ入りすぎであるのと、読みやすかったよね。俺の推しはユウシと平本城なんよ。なんか絶対格闘技ファンじゃないねっていう絶対格闘技ファンじゃないっていう面白い。まあそれでいいんじゃない？それが面白ければ。ピコが死んだねえ、今のあれエルボーやばかったよ。そうまっすぐなんかサイド取っNo あれはダメだね、あの入り方。交通事故だ今の。
Hey, Pico. Something about the punch? The reach seems long. Hey! Pico.
See?
I knew it. Another spinning back elbow. You're going in too straight.
And with that?
Reading.
It was easy to read, right?
Interesting. Well, that's that.
Isn't that fine? If that's interesting, Pico died.
That elbow just now was intense.
Yes, straight. Something about taking the side. No.
That's no good.
That way of entering.
Oh. That was a traffic accident just now.
Pico's got to be careful coming in like that. He's got to be careful. Ah! Oh my God. That could have killed him. That spinning elbow was gnarly. Oh my God, I hope Pico's okay. Oh, that might be one of the most gnarliest KOs. Oh my God, I hope he's okay. Wow.
Show Lerone your thanks for making this moment happen by supporting his community with a donation to the Alzheimer's Society and dedicate it to Lerone Murphy.
Big moment last night for Lerone Murphy, a fellow Englishman from Manchester. He had a big win last night. I've heard about it, not watched it yet, but this is a coming out moment for Lerone because Lerone's been in the UFC for quite a while now, but he needed the big moment and this was it last night. So big shout out to Lerone. We're going to watch it. We're going to jump into it. Oh. Jeez.
Talk us through that, mate.
I mean, that's as good a knockout as you'll ever see. I want to watch it again. The technique that you have to possess and timing to be able to do that from close range is not to be underestimated. It's absolutely unbelievable. The timing, look at that, it's perfect. Just as his opponent steps in, he spins. Lerone, congratulations. Obviously, I mean, I don't know for sure, but he must get a bonus from that. Come on, he's got to have another 50 grand for that. So congratulations on the bonus. Congratulations on the title shot. And that's going to be some fight as well, Lerone Murphy versus Volk.
Now let's get into the co-main event. Again, I had my eye on this one. If anyone deserves it, it's guys obviously like your Movzars or your Lerone Murphys. 9-fight win streak or something. He's on an incredible win streak. So I'm like, these are the guys. But Lerone Murphy, obviously Pico looking dangerous early. Again, you got to be careful. He end up landing a nice knee. I remember saying to you guys, these are risky things. You can land it. Yeah, he's there boxing. He's trying to come in. The head might be there, but at the same time, big bombs are coming over the top. I think when he threw that knee, big bomb come, just missed as he was throwing the knee. So like that could have been completely opposite earlier in that fight. Then, the control, I thought Pico got the takedowns pretty easy. But again, control and everything, this is where it's different. Pico was saying that I haven't worse the rest. I was like, you ain't taking me down that easy. And there's no way you're holding me down. Like, you know what I mean? And then that's just going to be so much worse for you. You take me down, I reckon I end up on top. And then we'll just end up suffocating the guy anyway. Like, that's what I mean by, like, I'm just nightmare matchup when it comes to that rest. Again, everyone has a puncher's chance and that's it. And that's what I believe. I truly do believe that. So with Lerone Murphy, again, had to weather a bit of a storm. You could see him, I think the body shot got him a bit. He did get hurt early as well. Weathers a storm and then gets an incredible spin elbow. Boom, lights out. Absolute lights out. Massive knockout. And couldn't, you couldn't script it any better. For me, I'm waiting to see who it is. Who do I think deserves it? I think Lerone Murphy. Then your people are going to say, oh yeah, but there's the decision, as if it's not exciting enough. Like, because that needs to be such a big factor nowadays. And I understand that. I get it. Same for the UFC and for the fans. Now, get a guy goes in and does an absolute massive knockout like that on a big card, on a 7-fight win streak, or maybe more. I don't know what it is. I mean, I think it's a bit of a no-brainer. Dana, just seen the post-fight presser. He said he likes the idea. Let's see if we can make that happen.
I love it.
And so Lerone Murphy, congratulations. Well done. Happy to see someone that I believe deserves it anyway. And to get a big finish like that, I think you've made it pretty clear. So, well done. See you soon. A lot of people are going to be like, Movzar should be there. It's like, hey, I tried. I'm going to tell you right now, I tried to make that happen. I thought he deserves it. He did deserve it. He had this fight, and then I'm like, all right, he's going to have to do this fight, and then he definitely gets it. And then he pulled out, and you know what the UFC's like with things like that. But I mean, I've tried with all of them, but now it looks like it's a Lerone Murphy. It makes a lot of sense. So let's do Lerone Murphy December. Sounds great.
If anybody deserves a title fight, it's Lerone Murphy. He deserves an opportunity to fight the champion for the belt. He earned that tonight with what was one of the greatest knockouts we've seen in a long time. He hurt Pico bad. He used Pico's aggressiveness against him. I'm a wrestler, so I've known Aaron Pico since he was a little boy. That was a bad knockout. His teeth were clenched together. They couldn't get the mouth guard out. That's very concerning for Aaron Pico. He's been knocked out now multiple times, and when he's gotten knocked out really bad. Little concern on the Pico side. But hats off to Lerone Murphy for coming through in his biggest spot ever.
Aaron started off good. As he kind of pressured, he would chase. But there's that little moment right there, Henry, when he changed level and then let me go in. It's just that little moment to where I feel like that little pause guys can see and start throwing knees, throwing elbows, maybe throwing uppercuts to try to catch you in those moments. And I just think that's a little bit of what Aaron Pico it was just the little things that he needed to work on that I just didn't see in the fight. But, I mean, he came out great. He was looking great, a lot of pressure, and it looked like he was kind of starting to put it on Lerone Murphy. But Lerone Murphy, man, methodical. He was able to set it up perfectly, man. And when he landed that strike, almost see that knee right there. You see that moment? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, there's that little moment. That little moment you give them
but
for a short guy to see.
Aaron Pico's stubborn, bro. Like, Aaron's Pico's stubborn. Wow. Like, and the way he wrestled is kind of like the way he fights. The way he wrestles, the way he fights, man, he just comes at you. He's going to get his, and no matter what you throw at him, he's just going to, get his, and that's all that matters. But in the sport of mixed martial arts, it changes, bro. Like, he's too much into that fight zone. He cannot be in that fight zone, that pocket too much because of elbows, because of X, Y, and Z, man. Pico's been knocked out pretty hard, man. This is probably like his third serious knockout that he took that is just not good for his brain, dude. But I will say this about Aaron Pico. I do believe that Aaron Pico could still become the best in the world. He just has to stop being so stubborn and take his time with this fight and really set things up. I want to spend more time with him because, he's a good kid, man. One of the biggest things with Aaron Pico's making a mistake is he's too eager, man. And having too eager, you're just going to get burned in this game. There's too many tools, bro. There's too many tools, elbows, knees, front kicks, up kicks, uppercuts, things that you don't see. I mean, that was a hell of a fucking elbow from Lerone Murphy. I mean, the dude really set it up. He went for broke, dude. It's almost like, dude, all right, man, he's coming at me. F it. I'm just gonna throw it. That's the sport of mixed martial arts. It only takes that 4 pounds of pressure to knock somebody the hell out.
Lerone Murphy.
Come on.
I think he's finally getting.
That's a breakout performance.
Breakout performance for sure.
That was absolutely heinous.
Yo, kudos to Pico though, man, because I thought Pico was on his way to get him out of there in the first round. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is not about to happen, right? This is not about to happen. Putting the pressure on him, great combinations, really fast hands, dig the body with that liver shot, and I was like, oof, I felt that. And I saw Lerone retreating, covering, staying technical, staying defensively sound, obviously hurt, weathers the storm, and then he uses his aggression against him, which I feel like this was a similar way that he's been knocked out, other than the elbow, getting caught with a punch, by being so aggressive. He comes in, he walks into the shot, and when you walk into those punches, the impact is just way worse. Versus if you're standing still, someone lands that punch, okay, it's gonna stick. But when you walk into it, it's just like a car crash, just bink. So he's walking forward, he hits that spinning back elbow, and I'm just like, yeah, that's a good night. Once you saw him, the way he fell back, I'm like, yeah, you're not getting up from that. That was just game blouses. He just has to take his foot off the gas just a little bit with the walking forward. Like the way Ilia Topuria does it.
Topuria is very patient in his approach, doesn't rush.
He uses those small stutter steps, and then when he closes the gap, he lands his punches, and then when you try to counter, he's stepping back or he's weaving, and then he's out of position for his opponent to hit him, and then he's right back in your face, putting the pressure back on you again. So you're having to fight at his tempo and his pace, and then he's looking to see where you're throwing those punches. Pico could do something very, very similar, but when you're walking forward and then you start to get squared to land those big punches, and then you're that close in range, like, yeah, you're gonna be able to dig like you're hitting a punching bag, but you're not hitting a punching bag. These things hit back. These things hit back.
The knockout sequence, like that little, like he kind of tried like a stutter step and then like try to get, but then he tried to, I think, like jump in with like a big wide shot and just, again, ran straight into that elbow. He's not feinting his way. He's not like faking his way in, like inching his way in little by little. He's looking for like big power shot, which again, to his credit, like he landed a beautiful body hook, like landed like beautiful shot to the liver just from the outside, just exploded in. Definitely benefits that style too, but this is the big downside. Like you really leave yourself exposed to get hit by big shots too.
Yeah, that was tough. You know, that's one of those fights, like, I didn't care who won. I just didn't want Pico to come in and run through him. Sometimes that's just the fight game, man. Again, he's been caught like that before. Uber aggressive, putting the beats on guys, and then he just gets caught using that aggression a little bit too much instead of realizing that his opponent can still hurt him. Yeah, that elbow would have put just about anybody out.
100%.
Man, the first time I ever trained with Aaron Pico was when I moved back down here, started training with Sam Calavita, and from day one, I was like, this kid could be a champion. He is so good, man, because he's an insanely good wrestler, and his boxing is just awesome. He drops bombs. He's got an awesome liver shot. Like, he looked really good in this fight. But again, I'm going to go back to my theme. What's my theme right now?
Feints.
Thank you. So Pico was putting things together. His technique was great. His pressure was awesome, but he's just moving forward without any feints. He's not making Murphy guess on what he's throwing. And Pico has not been knocked out a few times, and he gets caught with another back-to-back spinning elbow. He like walks right into it. Aaron Pico is by far the hardest working athlete I've ever worked out with. Like, I work hard. This guy, it's insane. Like, how hard he works with Sam Calavita in the gym. Like, he puts everything into this thing. So I'm very sad for him because he's a very talented guy. He's been knocked out a few times now, which is, worrisome. Pretty heavily knockouts. There's just some small things he could do to a little bit better. Like, he's so tense when he's fighting. He's got like this tunnel vision that he's looking for knockouts constantly. He's
Pico?
like, he's always just wanting to knock you out. And he's very like tight and tense. And you're not your best when you're that tight.
Yeah.
Halfway through my career when I really learned it. I learned it from when I was fighting Mike Easton. Like, to learn to enjoy the nerves. And I really relaxed out there, enjoyed my walkout, really like understand that like this was part of the game and I enjoyed it. That's when I started getting good. That's when I let loose and I was like loose and having fun and moving around and to feint. That's when I skyrocketed and my career took off. Before that, I was like this. I was like, get out there, get the fucking guy, tunnel vision. It's like you're too tense. You're going to get caught. And he's just not thinking about feints. He's just going. He almost got caught with a knee first and now he's going to get caught with that spinning back elbow right here.
When you looking for the knockout itself all the time, it don't come as fast.
Exactly.
Why do you think he's like that? He's so smart. He's so oh my God. Before we go about that, because you talk so highly of him. Why?
Well, it's just his mentality. Like the same way, I don't know. The same way he works out in Sam's garage, he's very competitive. He works very, very hard. He wants it so bad. That's that same energy he's carrying into the cage. And I know, like, I want it really bad. I want to win. I'm very competitive. And I had to teach myself too to like relax, like smooth his power. Conor McGregor. Right? Like, that guy was smooth when he's on top of the world. Out of distance, bam. It wasn't like he was like a powerhouse human being. He was like pinpoint with his accuracy and he was smooth and would hit you at the right times, right? So I think it's very important to be more relaxed in your fights to an extent, right? Not like too relaxed, but everyone's a little bit different. But you definitely can't be too tense. It's going to slow you down. The more like flexed up and tense you are, the slower your punches are. And Aaron Pico has everything there is to be a champion. It's just some small tweaks and changes that he can make. I hope he bounces back from this great because I love the guy. He's an amazing human being. He works his ass off. Very talented. Total bummer to see this happen.
Hey, I've been on Eric Pico for a while. He was training over there with AJ McKee, Antonio McKee.
Yeah.
Man, he's a great kid, great fighter and stuff like that. But bro, he's been knocked out like this a couple times.
I think like 3, right? Like pretty heavy knockouts.
And that's not good. This one right here was a really bad knockout.
Yeah, I know.
So I would say like just
fuck. He's only 28 years old too.
I know. Like, just think about your future now. Just think about your future. It's just unlucky. He was winning a fight, but this is MMA. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was a really bad knockout.
It was, man. Prates was coming forward and hit it. This time it was a counter. Pico was like pressuring so much he caught him coming in.
How important is it for recovery, TJ, after these knockouts? Can you talk to me about what a fighter could do after that?
Yeah, luckily Aaron Pico works with Sam Calavita, so they're going to take very good care of him. And I know Sam Calavita will make sure that Aaron Pico is 100% healthy before he comes back, because if he wasn't, that's when you're going to get these issues of possible CTE and second concussion syndrome. So he's going to do the right things. He's going to be on heavy omega-3s. He's going to sit in the hyperbaric chamber. He's not going to sweat, and he's going to do a brain scan to make sure he's healthy before he ever even starts working out again. I can promise you that's what's happening right now.
Not only was it a superb finish, but you've got to give Manchester top team a shout out. Carl Prince, their whole team is vibing at the moment. Lewis McGrillen and everybody. It was an awesome finish. I mean, you've got to give Lerone Murphy his opportunity now. It is really due time. There are some fighters, especially fighters that are so well rounded and so fast and powerful. They elevate their game as the competition gets better. I remember this from Kamari Usman. I was quite critical of him in his build up to the title. I felt like sometimes he was in third gear and he wouldn't really push to get the finish. When he became a champion and after his work with Trevor Whitman, he was an absolute destroyer. And I kind of feel like Lerone Murphy's coming to that point of his career. You know, I think, you know, a title shot, a title victory would help him realize himself and how you know, effective he is. And then I think he's going to start stopping people left and right. I mean, you look what he did the other day to Aaron Pico. You know, that's the kind of stuff that deters a Volkanovski from closing distance fast. You look at that spinning elbows that he nailed Pico with. That's the kind of stuff that's gonna force Volkanovski to stay on the outside and deal with Lerone's hands and his speed and his kicking game. I think there are a lot of skills in his game that we haven't seen yet, and I don't really think we've seen him really, you know, shift through gears. You know, the timing of that elbow yesterday was beautiful, and I think he could have landed a knee as a counter. I think he had a few different options, and that was the one that landed. So, you know, he's definitely got more tricks in his book, and I think we're going to see him against Volkanovski.
It was a shocking knockout.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you know, we had a couple of really good knockouts, didn't we? A couple where I was waiting for the person to be seen standing afterwards. You know, it's the game that we play. You know, people have to realize the risks that we take, and it was one of those things. You've got to celebrate what Lerone was able to do, but you've also got to, you know, look on the other side and also kind of think, you know, what Aaron Pico is going through today. You know, making his UFC debut and it turning out like that. There's so much pressure on these guys. You know, I feel sorry for Pico, to be honest. I mean, you go back all the way through his career. Even when he signed with Bellator, he was such a big deal. You know, he was going to be a big thing, and he's carried that weight into every one of his fights. I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, when you make your UFC debut, especially when you've been on the outside for so long with the excitement of crossing over, like you've had with him, with Patchy Mix, with Pitbull, you know, all of these guys have gone through the same thing recently. You know, they step into the UFC and it feels different. To have always been on the outside looking in, the walkout and everything, it's something that he's pictured so many times. It can take a toll on you. I think maybe you fought a little bit too recklessly, a bit too aggressively, and that could partly be because of those you know, debut nerves.
How about your boy Aaron Pico?
I was so impressed with him. I was like, damn, this kid is the new blood. Just boom, body shots coming in, wrestling.
Yep.
But his wrestling, his boxing, everything was just unreal.
Too aggressive. Way too aggressive.
And I was like, look at this motherfucker. And
I told Chin on Shop Show, I looked at my wife literally first like 20, 30 seconds to find, I went, oh, he's going to get knocked out.
You mean because he just kept pressing forward? I didn't see
He's
that.
way too aggressive. And when he was throwing the shots, his head's like, he's like this.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
His chin's over his feet. Fuck. So
He knows better, doesn't he?
No, clearly not. But it's also, it's the UFC, so you can get away with that in Bellator and all that stuff. And he was so aggressive. And then you're fighting Lerone Murphy, who's undefeated in the UFC, has beat some world-class guys. And he said it in the lead-up, he goes, his aggression, he comes out really aggressive, I'm going to use it against him.
He's aggressive, he's going to come to me in it, so...
In it? You said in it?
Huh?
In it?
In it,
like INNIT?
Yeah.
So like, is it like in it?
In it. We say in it. In Manchester, we say in it. As in, yeah, right?
So, in it.
Yes.
In it.
At a world-class level, they go, oh, you're just going to rush in? Okay.
Because I was like, for me, I was like, oh, he got lucky with that spinning back kick.
no,
He didn't. He knew exactly
stupid.
what he was doing.
Yeah, of course. Man. He even called it. He's like, I'll use it against him. That's what they do. Yeah,
But
there's no luck
Aaron
involved
Pico's
in it.
28 with all that experience. You'd think he'd know. Because remember we watched him and he was so aggressive and he got slept his first time.
Yeah, I was working at Mass Square Garden.
Remember? And
Yeah,
it's like,
I
why
worked
so
that fight
aggressive?
in
This
New
is the
York.
one where he got punched and just slept. And you were like, why so aggressive?
Maybe it was the Henry Corrales one. That's where he got KO punched.
Yeah.
In 1 minute. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We did a...
Yes.
Because we were watching, because that was
Yes.
in Inglewood. And then after that, they give him Adam Borks, who's a beast. And then,
Bummer.
again, he gets flying kneed. But then he went on a tear, and he gets with Greg Jackson. Listen, the UFC jitters are real. That's a real thing. MVP talked about it, because they go, why do you think these Bellator and PFL guys come over and struggle? He goes, listen, I've had 3 or 4 fights, and he goes, I'm still not fighting like I should.
Because it's just such a big...
He goes, guys are trying so hard, and they're coming out like in their tents. He's like, because it's the big show.
And so that's why he was pushing. He was
That's
like, let me
why
get
he's
out of
doing it.
this.
Yep.
Oh, and then you get a guy like Murphy who's just...
Who goes, fantastic.
Aaron Pico, what do we do now? Guys, I've known this young man since he was 15, and I knew him at a distance. I was a fan. I don't believe I met him until he was 17, but we fought on the same card together when he was 18. His debut into the sport was at Madison Square Garden, sold-out arena on pay-per-view. They put him on the pay-per-view portion. We have never had a prospect come in to the sport with the expectations, that were put on Aaron Pico. It's never happened before. Never. It was unbelievable at that time. As you look back, you go, yeah, that's a lot to put on anybody. So much was put on him, and because I know him so well, I just want to share with you, it was a hard fight to watch. Aaron was doing everything right. Aaron got takedown, got another takedown. He was ripping those shots to the body. Did you see that? I mean, he had this immense power. How good is Lerone Murphy? That's the real question. Because one thing that we don't know is how good is Lerone Murphy. We understand what a great performance that was. And then all of a sudden you start looking at his record. Turns out some bitch has never lost. 19 fights, he's never been beat. He's number 3 in the UFC right now for active win streaks. I mean, all of a sudden you start looking around going, wait a minute, this guy should be fighting Volkanovski. Oh, by the way, guess who agrees with that statement? Volkanovski. This is a very somber experience for Aaron Pico fans, because we do have the reality of what now. And there's times in your life where you got to start at the beginning, you've got to reclimb, and Aaron's a lot younger than you will think he is based on his level of experience. Like, there is an opportunity to do this, but what do you do now? This is a hard spot. Do you take a big long break? Daniel Cormier has said publicly he doesn't want to see Aaron Pico fight until 2026. I despise breaks. I don't understand them. Like, if you got knocked out and you don't want to get knocked out again, do you think a break is going to help? Why is that? One thing with Aaron, if I had a wish, the way the wrestling community works, anybody that did that same sport but is older, you have to listen to. It's just called respect. But we all follow the same policy. So I offer my opinion, attempting to be helpful. Aaron Pico might be the hardest worker in the sport. He probably is. For sure is right up there. And I'm just saying, could you imagine being the hardest working sport and the absolute hardest sport that there is? Tremendous compliment. I don't feel that Aaron is working hard enough on the things he's going to see in the octagon. I would argue that for any athlete, if you're going to exert an energy and the energy you're exerting doesn't look like what you're going to be doing in the octagon, I don't get it. As a supplement, fine. Like, there's times in life when you got to whip somebody's ass. There's times in life when you got to score points. I see guys go into wrestling matches and try to make it like a bar fight. And working hard is awesome. And anyone that says I'm going to work smarter, not harder, is the foundation of a loser. You have got to work hard. I want Aaron to work just as hard. I want him to burn just as many calories. I want his heart rate to get up just as high as it is. I just want him to do that with things that look like what he's going to see in the octagon.
You know, Pico was doing everything I thought he would, like trying to box wrestle, push him up against the fence, just control him that way. But Murphy showed that he's got X factor. Like, he's got a mind that's firing away in the fight. And if you're not switched on at every point, and he's setting traps and he's looking at different openings, and mate, saw his shot, took it 3 weeks as well, mate, unreal. I think Murphy's really dangerous right now, but Volk's great at dealing with that, right?
Man, this sport's all about moments, and I just created one. I needed something like this. I took the fight on 3 weeks' notice. I believed in myself. I knew the opportunity was there. I'm next in line. Let's go, Volkanovski. Yeah, man. Pico is good. Hats off to Pico. I think that's the hardest first few minutes I've ever had. He's dangerous, man. But I knew he was going to walk onto something. I threw a knee a bit earlier than that. I was getting his timing down, man.
Because you knew that he was constantly moving forward.
Yeah, he's too aggressive, and I said that in my pre-fight interview. I said I will use his aggression against him. My teammate Jordan Barton here, he's been my hardest sparring partner for every camp. He deserves to be in the UFC, the European champion. Get him on Dana White's contender service. Please, Dana, please, he's ready. Do you know what? I'm just happy to get a knockout. I've been working hard, and I took this fight on 3 weeks' notice. It's a big risk, big risk, but I got the reward out of it, so I'm happy. Well, that was it. I just had to believe in my own skill set and believe that I was good enough to do it, and I went out there and done it. But don't get me wrong, he was very, very tough, and I needed something big like that to get him out of there. For sure, I knew he was going to come hard first round, but I didn't expect him to be that good. He was very sharp. And that was a crazy knockout. People want to see that in it. People don't want to just see the decisions, and I get it. So yeah, it's my time.
Brother, your takedown.
Broski!
Uh-oh.
Yes!
Lerone Murphy. Get in there. Go show him some. Go ahead. Go show him some love. Go ahead. Lerone Murphy, MVP.
Yeah, you put the energy out. You just showed him how better he kind of did.
Yeah, that was massive. What a place to do it. Like you said, UFC 319, co-main event. I needed something big like this. And obviously the UFC is about moments. I just created a great moment then for myself, for the fans. I'm happy. Oh, that was great. That was like one of the best moments of my career, if not the best moment. Co-main event, vicious KO over a quality opponent. Couldn't be much happier. I'm one of the best technicians in the game. I knew from watching tape on him where he would put his head. Eventually, I set that up nicely. I had a few tricks up my sleeve that I was going to use in the fight, a few techniques, a few fight ending sequences, and I knew one of them would come off at some point because he was so aggressive. You have to fight everybody differently. You can't stand there and trade with Josh Emmett. It's just not smart, right? We've seen what he does to guys that do that. So to get a knockout now, I'm shutting them haters up anyway. I don't know why everyone puts decisions down so much. It's like, that's just a fight. When you're fighting the top level guys, it's sometimes they're harder to finish, but that's just the way the game goes. You can't finish everybody, but it's good to get a finish now. It's just a fight. You go in there with the intentions, but it's like, I don't search for it. I knew it was going to come though because of his pressure. It was very good though. I have to hold my hats off to him. He was a very good fighter. I felt it, but it wasn't going to stop me. He's got solid boxing, man, and I think he'll do well in the UFC. He's going to learn from this. You can't pressure high level fighters like that.
Carlos Prates says you got the inspiration from him and you actually owe him 20% of your bonus. I don't know if you're feeling generous tonight.
Yeah, I spoke to him before.
Yeah, bro, I think he got the bonus and he had to pay me 20% of his bonus, because he saw my fight before and I'm sure he did it, so I think he needs to give me 20% of his bonus.
December will be perfect for me. It gives me time to recharge, spend some time with the family and then work on some bits and get better and come back better. December will be great to share the Octagon with Volkanovski, one of the featherweight GOATs, adding another scalp to my already quality resume. I'm 9 fights undefeated now, yeah?
You know better than me.
Yeah. I've had 10 fights in the UFC now, 1 draw, 9 wins. It's time for a title fight. I know I can do that. I know what I've got in the bag and I know that best version of me is not been being shown yet, and I will show that in December. I let my fighting do the talk. I let my elbows do the talk. The champ's calling me out now because he knows I should be next in line. I deserve it more than anybody else. Nobody's had 5 wins in the top 50. I've had 2 main event slots and that was a great knockout, so I deserve it more. Let's go, Volk. I love the hard road. It shapes me into a stronger person, resilient person. I wouldn't have wanted to have 2-3 fights in the UFC and went straight there. Done it the hard way. Even in 2022 when I was injured out, nearly lost my career. I have to fight back from that, and to get here today, it just makes that victory even better. If I get that title shot and I win the title, that's going to open more doors for more people, which has always been my goal, always been my aim, to bring people on with me as well and give everybody a better life. So
UK versus the world?
Wow, that would be crazy. I've not even heard that yet, but I think that'll be the best card ever. Let's do that. Let's do Volkanovski versus Lerone Murphy and Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett, and we'll blow the roof off. Ooh, I think it'd be a barn burner. I think it'd be a great fight, and I'll push the pace in that fight, and I'll look for the finish again.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to say with a guy who has a record like he has and sits where he sits in the division, to say that tonight was sort of a coming out party for him, but it definitely was. I love that shit. This is what it's all about. I love it. Pico was transferred, and I haven't heard anything about Jeff. I think he's okay. Pico, I'm no doctor, but I'm going to say he has a concussion for sure. But we haven't heard anything back that anything bad is happening. He's getting checked for his head and face. I don't know what would have been bigger than what happened in those fights.
I knew Aaron Pico was going to pressure me and create the opening, so we put together some techniques for that pressure, and it come off.
Luke Barnott sent it to me. And so I love when this stuff emerges. What was it about his style and his striking attack that made you think that this would be available to you in the fight?
I was doing it a lot more than that, but I just thought where he shoots and puts his head, he often leads with his head, like he jumps into range, and I knew it would work. I actually knew it would work. I knew that technique would have wanted to finish him, and that's why I started with a spinning back kick, because I knew he would have watched my previous fights and knew that that's what I like to throw, so I started with one of them. When he walks in, you can see as he braces, he thinks that a back kick's coming, and the elbow caught him.
Incredible.
You know what? He felt very, very, very good. I'm not going to lie. He felt like the best I've felt in there, to be honest. He was sharp, he was fast, he was strong, he mixed it up well. But you see, as the fight gets past 1 minute, I start to get his timing, I come close with a knee. I think the knee skimmed his chin very close, and then I timed the elbow, and I was just timing these little things, and as I was hitting these things, I just knew my timing's coming, he's gonna walk on something.
That was a sick KO in it. What was that?
Nah, it's just a bit of banter. Spinneroonie, bro. The Beyblade Spinneroonie. That was sick.
Yeah.
Nah, do you know what? I think I've watched it 10,000 times, you know.
I can't
Can't
imagine.
get bored. It feels great. It feels great. I just watched a man's soul leave his body. It just felt amazing. And then in front of a crowd as well. Like that in the Apex would have felt great, but not like that. The crowd erupted. Oh, it's just mental. Like I wish I could rewind it and just like slow it down because it all happened so quick.